Hi, I'm Marquis Laughlin with Acts of the Word Ministries. We've existed for about 20 years. I travel around the country, outside of the country a couple times a year, sharing God's Word live. I do different books of the Bible from memory, and I inspire people to spend more time in God's Word and to write it on their heart. Indeed, in our day and age, when darkness is growing darker, we are supposed to be growing brighter. We can't do that apart from God's Word and having that in our heart. So that's what our ministry exists to do, to inspire you to write God's Word on your heart. This weekend, we'll be looking at the first 3 chapters of Daniel, how Daniel and his friends are taken captive and put in the service of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, and how Daniel and his friends' testimony shine so brightly that the gospel message is shared with the entire world. Next weekend, we'll be looking at the insanity of King Nebuchadnezzar, his son, King Belshazzar, and the handwriting on the wall, and then, of course, the famous story of Daniel in the lion's den. We'll discover how Daniel, over all of these world administrations, all of this political intrigue, was used by God to be able to share the gospel to the entire world. You know, there are several promises in God's Word about God's Word. One of those is that it will not come back void, but it will accomplish all God has intended for it. And I have that satisfaction when I get to sow God's Word into the hearts of believers all over the world. I know God has a plan. I know He's working and changing each and every one of us. And everyone who hears God's Word is going to be touched or challenged by it. God will indeed produce fruit. And that, for me, is very satisfying.